The night belongs to us. We will bathe in their blood and relish their screams.
Hello and welcome to Southampton Vampire by Night's guide to the Mind's Eye Theatre rules. In this video, we'll be looking at the empathy skill. Before I carry on with the video, I have to make a small disclaimer. If any of the rules I discuss in this video contradict with the rules found within the Mind's Eye Theatre rulebook or an official FAQ, please adhere to these rules and not the ones discussed in this video. This video has been created from my point of view and interpretation of the rules and is not a sanctioned or an official source of information. The empathy skill is used to represent your character's ability to sense moods, emotions and motives of other people. It is also a measure of your character's ability to identify if someone is displaying mental health problems, psychological weaknesses or buried issues. With no points invested in the empathy skill, your character's ability to sense others' emotions is extremely limited. You have no training in picking up on social cues or tells. This can result in missing key information displayed by a person during a conversation. You can identify if someone is happy, but you will be unable to pick up on the reasons why, unless they're obvious. Your character may find social interactions difficult and uncomfortable when engaged with someone trained in the empathy skill. Characters who have invested points in the empathy skill tend to be educated in certain social fields such as psychology, anthropology, or have an extensive experience in social or cultural interactions. You can pick up on emotion, moods, and motives of a person when engaged in conversation with them, and you can also sense if they have any derangements. You can start to affect someone with a derangement by understanding their triggers and then either avoiding them or aggravating them. The system effect for the empathy skill is as follows. By speaking briefly with a subject, your character learns whether the subject has any derangements. If your character examines their target for a few minutes, they can determine which derangements the target has. If your character is ever aware of a target's derangement, you can spend a standard action to increase or decrease their derangement traits by 1 for up to an hour. Empathy cannot reduce a Malkavian's derangement tier below 1, and you cannot use empathy on yourself. The system effect for the empathy skill within a Southampton Vampire by Night game is as follows. By speaking briefly with a subject, your character learns whether the subject has any derangements. If your character examines their target for a few minutes, either during a conversation or after, they can determine which derangements the target has. If your character is ever aware of a character's derangement, you can spend a standard action to increase or decrease their derangement traits by 1, with a minimum level of 0 and a maximum level of 3 for up to an hour. Empathy cannot reduce a Malkavian's derangement trait below 1. This action must be carried out while you're in conversation with them or during a social interaction in which you have their attention. You can only affect a character like this once per hour, and you cannot use the empathy skill on yourself. An example of the empathy skill could be as follows. Two characters are engaged in conversation and one seems to be in distress. They have just come from a conversation with the sheriff over an object being stolen from the court. The first character has a derangement of obsession justice and is fighting to control themselves regarding the sheriff's lack of interest in seeking out the culprit. The second character has points invested in the empathy skill, and so after a brief conversation can identify that the first character has a derangement. They then listen and study the first character over the next 5 minutes and can identify their derangement as obsession justice. Taking pity, they start to calm down the first character by giving words of comfort and reassurance. They then inform the first character that they have lowered their derangement trait by 1 for the next hour and advise them that they wish they should really remove themselves from the room and the sheriff's presence. Southampton Vampire by Night would highly recommend that you invest some points in the empathy skill if you plan to play a social character. It is an important skill to pick up on hidden information that can be gained through social encounters. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video informative. If you've enjoyed it and would like to see more, please subscribe and click that little bell icon below. If you have any ideas for Vampire Larp related videos, then please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below as well. Thank you, and I'll see you all again soon. Characters who have invested points in the empathy skill tend to be the empathy skill didn't make sense. Characters who have invested points in the empathy skill tend to be educated in certain. Here we go again. Hitting my stride of mistakes.
So was that the way it was written, or it's just...
It's just me reading it and not being able to read properly. Characters who have invested points in the empathy skill tend to be educated in certain social fields such as psychology, anthropology. Is it anthropology?
I don't know. Is it?
Anthropology. Anthropology. I thought anthropology is something to do with animals, and anthropology is.
No idea what it is.
Nor have I. It's in the book. Now I'm in my head. I'm in my head.
Like specific or anything?
It is. It's because I'm using big words. Anthropology. Anthropology. Empathy. Cat. Big words. Characters who have invested no points in the empathy skill tend to be educated in certain... Did I say no points? I said no points. I made it up. I said no points. Characters who have invested no points in the empathy skill. Imagine if I got to the end of that and then realised. Arrangements. You can start to affect someone... Bollocks. You cannot use empathy on yourself. Wow! What? It's like blah 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 rules. That's really fucking wordy. The system effect for the empathy skill within a Southampton Vampire by Night game is as follows. I need to do that again because I added that dramatic pause. Ooh, ah! An example of the dodge skill is as follows. And we're doing empathy today and not dodge. See? Plus it's those fucking examples which, once again, I think it's still too wordy.
Okay.
But we figure it out. People may enjoy it. And how much they should try to remove the bloody blah. Oh, so close. It was so close, and then it didn't work. What was wrong that time? Well, at the end I was making shit up like there was no tomorrow. I was literally bloody blaring and losing my trail of thought. Pick up on hidden information that can be gained from social Vampire Larp related videos, then please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you all again soon.
I was trying to hold that
Oh, he's gonna sneeze! Fuck's sake.
Trying to hold that in.
That's alright, that's alright. We'll do it again for Katie. Damn it! There were so many mistakes during that one. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. No, you're not, you shit. I do that again because I hooked up. An example of the bollocks.